USU Soccer is the largest youth sports organization in the country, and every year, USU Soccer is the place to
taught in the game of soccer. You know, they learn how
can do. A confident child.
I think really all life lessons are taught in the game of soccer. You know, they learn how to win.
I love running around and scoring goals and doing all the fun things, sliding and kicking the ball. So that was the beginning of it, and I try and cast my mind back to those days when things get tough.
USU Soccer definitely helped me get to the highest level and where I am today. And that included my club team in Cal South ODP, Region 4 ODP, just being able to have those opportunities to help me grow and always playing at a consistently high level at the youth program. That's what helped me get to that next level.
My favorite memory from youth soccer would have to be club soccer growing up. I was fortunate enough to play from I think U10s, U9s to U18s with the same core of like 12 individuals, and to this day they're some of my best friends in the world. To this day I still keep in touch with my youth coach. I consider him one of my closest friends, and I feel I learned a lot, and it was a relationship I made that really made it worthwhile.
You can't ever have success without remembering how you got there. I only am here because I've had so many other people in my life give to me when they didn't have to. Soccer coaches, my parents. I believe that it's the only right thing to do, to always go back to where you started. Always go back to the people who helped you, thank them, and then go back and try to help other people achieve the level of success that you have.
I like playing competitive soccer because it gives me something to be really proud of, and that I know that I'm putting my effort into something and that I'm really getting results out of it. I love my team and I love playing, so you know, the whole thing, it can be hard, but it's 100% worth it, and it just gives you something, a purpose in life that you can really put your heart and soul into.
And welcome back in for game number 2 of 3 here on Field 3 for the 2018 Fall State Cup Championships for the girls' side. And today's matchup for the 10:30 a.m. matchup is the under-18 girls division between the Michigan Jaguars 01 Green and the Nationals Union 01 Black. Thanks for joining us here on the Michigan State Youth Soccer YouTube channel alongside our Turbo Sports Productions, our other producer Andreas and Jeremy. We're bringing you live coverage from the Ultimate Soccer Arenas in Pontiac, Michigan, and it's an indoor facility here in north suburb of Detroit. Sunny October Sunday fall day. We're inside and the sunshine is glistening through the windows here in the one of 2 full-size fields. Again, our matchups today will be in the all-green kits will be the Michigan Jaguars. And going from your screen, whether you're watching on a phone, iPad, maybe your Roku, or online somehow, you'll be watching the Jags go from right to left on your screen. And the National Unions will be in the white, blue, and white kits this morning, going from left to right. And that's kickoff. We have a full 90 minutes of action ahead of us. Thanks for joining us here for live coverage. Should be an entertaining game. anytime you add a couple age brackets in the group, a chippy move there early on as Raitano takes down the Jaguar player. Going from the under 16 division now to the under 18 division, you'll see the speed of play start to pick up quite a bit here. Great crowd on hand below us. Again, if you're just tuning in, don't mind the corners of the field here at the Ultimate Soccer Arenas. It's a little tough to reach it here with this indoor facility, so we apologize if we can't get into some of those corner flags on this near side, but we'll help you out as much as possible along the other part. Early ball played in. That one will be crushed out of bounds. The road for the Michigan Jaguars coming into this game has been pretty impressive. 4 wins out of 4 and haven't given up a goal yet. They've had 23 goals for and 0 goals against here in the State Cup Championship round. This ball goes out wide. Out to Noonan. That one will trickle off her foot, and it'll be a throw-in for Nationals Union. If you joined us in the first game, the National Union's younger side won the first 8 a.m. game at the under 16 girls division. Here are the Jags. Here's a long one from distance. Certainly think we're going to see a game that's going to have a lot more opportunities on frame if we got any indication on that one. National Union's side is, or the club is representing 5 of the 6 championship games today across the different age brackets. That ball stays in play. Good job there in the middle of the park. Nice job there from Morgan Wright. No, now out wide. Battled over there on the near side. It'll go out for a corner kick. Looks like the left back from the far side is going to come all the way over. Mazajewski will use her left foot to put an in-swinger in here early on. Just the 4th minute of action. Nice ball whipped into the 6-yard box. It bounces once. Can they keep possession? Nice battle there at the corner of the 6-yard box, and it's slammed out all the way to midfield line. What a great touch, nice little touch there from 15. Brooke Russell. You can just see the quality is much, much higher here. 2 age brackets higher. It's fun to watch the development of youth players as they move from the under 14s and get to the 16s, and now this game in the 18s. That should be a warning at least. I think that's probably her first interaction with the head official today. But certainly she's probably got her warning now. And the next time that happens in that type of space, there's going to be a nice little yellow card coming out of her pocket. Most of these girls, for national unions at least, committed. Couple local girls going to Michigan State, will be representing the Spartans next year. Another one going to go local, somewhat regional, and head over to D2 Powerhouse over in Grand Rapids to Grand Valley State. This one's punched up high. Grand Valley State playing today, this afternoon at 1 p.m. over in Grand Rapids. Wonderful program there at the Division II level. There's a chippy foul from Riley Balcony here on the left side. It'll be a free kick for National Union. Again, they'll set this up as almost like a corner kick, defensively at least. And certainly for the National Unions, they'll set it up the same way they do a corner kick because it's so close to that corner flag. This would be nice. In-swinger. Can be very dangerous if they can get somebody to this near post. Ball played in. Nobody on the end of it, and it gets punched out from the Jags. Can they counterattack? It's a 2v1. Jags got a player busting on the far side, and she can't find Wardle, who is just absolutely putting in a dead-out sprint here on the left side. That one will go right into the hands of the goalkeeper. Emily Brown in goal for National Union. We do have an injury on the field. All the way on that far side. We'll try to get a number for you. Hopefully nothing too serious. Seems to be in a decent amount of pain. She is being helped up, though, by the trainer. Looks like number 2. As she slowly gets up, Lauren Fleming. She'll be helped off the pitch, and there will be a substitution coming in. We'll try to get the sub's number. So an early substitution as number 14 enters the game for Nationals Union. Caitlin Ducharme probably didn't expect to be coming into the match this early, but now her duty is going to be full-time here as they take a deeper look into the injury of Lauren on the sideline. Hopefully she's okay. Never good to be having to be taken off the field. Here's Morgan on the near side. The IPFW commit. That one goes out of bounds. It's like, right now we'll take this one this time. We'll spare Masajewski coming all the way over once again. This one's floated in right into the 6-yard box. It's headed out. For a second time, can they keep it? They do. Morgan's going to try to put one in on the first timer into the 6 box again. Nice headed out from the Jags. Can she keep it in play? She does, but straight into the feet of the Union player. Ball moving nice and fast here on the turf between these two sides early on. Little confrontation right there above the D, and it will go in the favor of the Jaguars. Like we were talking about, Michigan Jaguars coming in with a 4-0 record into the State Cup level. They compete in the MRL, Premier 1 division, record of 6-0-3. The semifinal result yesterday, they won 3-1 over Michigan Rush, as this one's bounced into the 18. A little bit tricky of a bounce, and that one will just have to be pushed out of bounds for a throw-in for Union. So far here early on, it's been pretty much all Nationals Union. The Jaguars defeated the Rush 3-1 yesterday. Last year, they finished second in the State Cup, went 5-0-1. Finishing second, though, made them qualify for the regional and national championships. They have 16 returning players from last year's roster. Here's a bullet from distance, and that one sailed over the crossbar, but it's definitely showing that both teams are capable of putting in the long-range attempts. On that far side. Oh, physical play. This team, Jaguars 0-1 Green, also competes in the National League. So you can certainly attest to the fact that with 16 returning players from last year's roster and finishing second in the State Cup, they're going to have a lot of continuity across the board on the pitch. And certainly probably almost all starting 11 if you're talking 16 returning players. And Jaguars now with it in their own half, or in the attacking half, excuse me. That one's played right into the middle of the field. A little bit of tug of war. That one just punched out, though. This one will go up. The referee will call it back. He's kind of waiting to see if there's going to be advantage played. This one's drilled in. Clark. Fighting with her is Childers. Nice movement here. Puts another one on frame. Probably asking for a little too much there. But certainly both sides are not afraid to put one on frame from distance. Nice turn from the Jag. Sometimes hard to see those numbers from that far side, from our vantage point. National Union. Very similar to what the Jaguars did in the lead up to this championship game. They went 4-0 throughout the course of the State Cup run. Got all 12 points possible through those 4 matches. Here's a ball tricked into the penalty area, and that one's going to be easily picked up for the goalkeeper. 23 goals for, and just giving up 2 goals throughout those 4 matches. In that quarterfinal result, they won 4-1, and then giving up that second goal, but still got the go-ahead goal in yesterday's semifinal match versus United FC in that 2-1 win. But they are the defending national champions in this last year's State Cup, going 5-0, and they qualified for regionals and the nationals. They have 6 players on the Michigan's ODP team from this team specifically. So 2 pretty good rosters. Jaguars with 16 remaining returning players, whereas the Union are returning national or State Cup champs. So highly contested. This should be a good one throughout the course of the match and afternoon today. This is our second of 3 games here on Field 3 throughout this Sunday morning and afternoon. An 8 a.m. kickoff, 10:30, and then our final match here on Field 3 will be at 1 o'clock this afternoon, and that will conclude the Fall State Championship Series here from Pontiac, Michigan. Early morning for teams and officials and staff. I can guarantee our staff here has been pumping in some coffee early in the morning. Good takeover there from the Jaguars. Now they're on the counter. Can they get some numbers? Good recovery there from National Union. Good turn, a hold-up play. Was unable to kind of hold on to it. A little bit of pinball here from both sides, and now Jaguars gain a little bit of possession here. Riley trying to play it out to her right back. They give it away. There's a good 50-50 challenge. It spins off the deflection, and it'll be out for a National Union throw-in. Entering the 18th minute of action here. First half, still scoreless between these two sides. In our earlier match, it was 0-0 heading into the half, and then Nationals Union under 16 side broke away with 2 second-half goals to claim the under 16 division State Cup title. Had a quick stoppage of play as Morgan Raitano had to step off. Looked like, I don't know if she has looks like she's getting stretched by the trainer. I don't know if she's got a pulled hamstring or what exactly. But they're checking her out, so they're going to play a player down just for a second until they can reevaluate a little bit. Looks like it. Yeah, it looks like a hamstring or a quad. It looks like they're trying to stretch her out on the ground over there. We'll get some more information and see what they end up doing with her. Obviously a huge piece to this puzzle in their attacking level. Jags. The tricky ball in. Union have a tough time challenging it. Jags are trying to keep possession. Riley, balcony. Tried to provide some assistance here on the left back side. Union will keep possession. Felton plays it back. Now it's to the back line, now all the way back to the goalkeeper, Brown. Brown will try to find someone in the middle of the park, but it comes back down to The Jaguars. Play on, said the official. "20 minutes, almost halfway through this first half. This will go out of bounds for a goal kick for Nationals Union now. The USU Soccer National Championship Series provides more than 10,000 teams from USU Soccer's 55 state associations the opportunity to showcase their abilities against the best in the nation while emphasizing teamwork, discipline, and fair play. The year-long competition begins with over 185,000 players in the U.S. Soccer State Championships. These champions and selected wildcard teams through U.S. Soccer Regional League advance to compete in one of the regional championships. And the champions from each of those regional events advance to the national championship. The last couple of years, the national championship's been in Frisco, Texas, which is the headquarters of USU Soccer. Now the Jags. Ooh, a little push there, and they're gonna call that one. That's an easy call to make for the center official, as Kylie Davis is just barrel rolled to the ground. So they're going to set up this free kick. This is a good, dangerous opportunity. Probably one of the first good looks for the Jaguars here throughout the course of the first portion of the first half. 2 players behind the ball. Casino and Wardell, and looks like a left-footed player and a right-footed player. 2 players in the wall for Nationals Union. One dummies over. Nice little ball driven into the 6-yard box and in, headed in, and it's at the end of the goal line, and it's punched in. And just like that, against the run of play, the Jaguars take a 1-0 lead over Nationals Union. Well, the initial stop from Brown was fantastic, but then it wasn't able to be held onto, and the second chance opportunity for the Jaguars is where they take advantage, and they go up 1-0 on the National Unions in the 23rd minute. And we talk so much about the importance of set-piece opportunities, and just like that, really against the run of play, Jaguars really hadn't had much going on for them throughout the first course of the first half, but they take advantage of the opportunities when they are presenting themselves, and now they take a 1-0 lead. And I will see now what each side can do to dictate the next few minutes. It's always that first 5 minutes after a goal is scored that really can change the course of a game. I think we have a number on who scored the goal. Is kind of, there's about 8-10 players right inside the 6-yard box, so it's tough to really see who got the goal. Now out wide, great through ball from Wolf. Or a good idea, at least. I knew what she was trying to do. Tried to play between the 2 center backs of National Union and for that right wing that was going to be played through the middle or on a kind of on a diagonal run in between them, but she just flat out just mishit it. We're going to have a substitution. Looks like no, will come out. Oh no, she's just switching positions, it looks like. Yep. And then entering the game is Taylor Stanley. So Stanley will go up top now. A little heavy on the pass. Was trying to find Stanley in behind their back line of the Jaguars, and it was just a little too much. We'll go out for a Jaguars goal kick. .25th minute of action here at the Ultimate Soccer Arenas in Pontiac, Michigan. Jaguars will continue play here on the near side. Rasky keeps possession. Rasky tries to find the feet of her central forward. She does. Tries a turner. Noonan still with it and then loses it. Good. It was a good thought. I knew what she was trying to do, but just couldn't finish it the way she wanted to. Battlelow. And Nev was in a battle over there here on the near side with Rasky. Looks like we're going to have another substitution. And this time is for the Jaguars. Noonan will exit for the Jags. We'll have a new defender, or excuse me, a new attacking player for the Jaguars. 21 will enter the game for them. Julia Stadther. So 2 players up top for the Jags. And a little handball. I think they're going to call it. I didn't know if they were going to say it was hand to ball or ball to hand. Sometimes those ones can be tricky though. Driven ball played in right to the edge of the box. Nothing that really there though. Wolf cuts it inside. Can she find some help? Inerrant pass though right into the feet of Stanley. Stanley picks it back up. Stanley with a little bit of pace. Fun to watch. She's got a nice burst of speed. Quick movements. Now with it again, Stanley, top of the 18. She's going to serve one in the middle of the box. Dangerous ball. Still with it. Nationals Union puts it on frame, a little bounce, and that's on frame, but just not too hard. As Weber put one on frame, but just not too dangerous of a ball for the Jaguars goalkeeper. Great ball there for the Jags, or for Nationals Union, but just couldn't get it tracked down. Was the Jaguars defender was able to read it pretty early. Great recognition there from the center back for the Union. That one played not into the right space necessarily. Still have it. A little miscommunication there. Allie and Felton were having trouble kind of talking between that. Little confrontation here on the near side on whose ball it was supposed to be coming out of this throw-in. The Jaguars thought it deflected off the Union player, but the center official thought otherwise. Still with it, Union. Nice ball played. Really fun to watch. I love watching 77 play. Masajewski playing as central defender. Can't tell you exactly what they're playing. It looks like they're playing 3 in the back. It depends on if they're playing the same kind of style that their younger program played. It's interesting. Clubs sometimes play the same philosophy throughout the course of all their teams, but sometimes they don't. It just really depends on the coach itself. So they will call this one back. There'll be a foul on the Jaguars. It'll be a free kick, and this is a good, dangerous look for National Unions. Can they get the equalizer here? A little past halfway in this first half as the Jaguars put one in the 24th minute over the National Unions on a set-piece opportunity. Very identical area here for National Union. Keeper comes out. Ooh. MSYSA almost was able to get there at the near post. And that's the kind of run you're looking for right there at the near post. You want to try to get there, except it kind of floated a little too high, and that's why the goalkeeper really was able to get to it. If it could have been a little more driven, you know, chest level or even knee level, where she could have just, Caitlin could have just flicked it on, I think she would have the opportunity to. It would have been kind of awkward for the goalkeeper at that point. That's what you're looking for. You're obviously looking for multiple runners in the box at that point. You're obviously telling your players you want them to get to it before the defender can and just put it on frame, test the goalkeeper a little bit. We're going to have another substitution for National Union. 5 is exiting for National Union. So Nev will take a break. And entering the game will be number 10. Adela Paples. Union trying to string something together, just seem to be a little bit off their game right this second. And Jaguars are starting to get a little bit more comfortable and a little more composed on the ball as well. Now with that 1-0 lead. This game is gonna be wide open though. You can pretty much guarantee you can't be comfortable in this game. A lot of talented players across both sides. Really, really good crowd on hand here for the State Cup Final, under 18 girls division. Thanks for joining us here on the Michigan State Youth Soccer Association YouTube channel. Live coverage of State Cup Finals Day, both here in the fall time and also the spring summer series in June in Saginaw. This one will trickle out of bounds for a goal kick. We'll have another substitution now, this time for the Jags. On the other field, it's 4-0. So a pretty lopsided affair in just the first half of action. This one will trickle out of bounds for a goal kick. We'll have another substitution now. This 4-0, about the 34th minute over on field 1. So in cruise control position already in the first half over there, but a very tight affair here. Good game so far from both sides. And that's the big thing, the quality and the depth of these sides that allows these teams to make some substitutions, and we've seen several of them already here in the first half from both sides. When you have deep benches and quality players coming off the bench, it's going to allow the quality not to dip too much throughout the course of the game, and obviously fresh legs is going to create better opportunities going forward. So it'll be a throw-in for the for Nationals Union. Ball taken away from the to the Jags. Stadler did a good job to pull it in. They should still have position now. What can they do with it? Bandick still with it. Beats one defender. Trying to beat a second. Still keeps possession as Jess. Rasky was trying to beat her player 1v1, and that's what you want. You want attacking players to be able to just take players on. That's what you urge your attacking players to do. Be confident on the ball. Want to take players on 1v1 situations where they can. This ball flicked on the header. A little 50-50 challenge. Jags keep it, though. Casino loses it. Now on the far side, what a turn from the Union player. Still with a chance. Inside the box, inside the 6. Good stop. Great chance from the Union, but even a bigger save from the Jaguars goalkeeper. Still with it. Can she beat her 1v1? Takes her to the byline, serves it across the box, and that one's easily picked up. But you see Nationals Union starting to string together some opportunities, but you can just see the quality of the attacking options that Nationals Union have up top. And that's where you got to be if you're the Jaguars. You got to understand that you can't be comfortable. You got to take advantage of your opportunities. And they did on their set piece, and they're thinking, man, we got to get at least another one or another two to feel anywhere at ease here against this National Union side, because you know the Union side is going to be pumping numbers forward throughout the course of this game and try to find an equalizer. All the way in that corner. Sorry if you can't see where the ball is being played. Shielded out for a free kick for the Jaguars. .38th minute of play. First half, Jaguars on top 1-0, but it hasn't been without some entertainment from both sides. Nobody told her that she had a man on, and Papalas just picked her pocket. Now with it, Jaguars regain possession. They keep possession. Good challenge there. Jags are just a little slow on getting rid of the ball, but they keep it on the deflection. Rasky now out wide. Into the middle of the park. Swing and a miss from MSYSA, but thankfully no Jaguar player behind her, and Brown was able to pick it up inside the box. Punts it forward. Jaguars pick up the first and the second ball. The third one's finally put on the ground. Now in the middle of the park, here's Bandick. Finds an own running player. Here's an opportunity. Just got away from her a little bit. That first touch just absolutely killed her. But she'd been put through from Bandick for an opportunity, and that first touch just got away from her a little too much. Way to bring that down was Solominski. Here comes Reitno. Couldn't get there in time. Jags are starting to play a little bit now. It's fun to watch from both sides. About just 5 minutes and some change left. That's a great run from Stanley. She's got one player running the box, a ball across the box. Great opportunity. The goalkeeper comes out. Can they put it on frame, and Jaguars come out of nowhere and defend it well. Fun game to watch here, entertaining. Stanley's a fun one to watch. The commit to NKU. Or excuse me, she's going to Western Kentucky, not NKU. MSYSA will come over here to the near side to take the ensuing corner kick. She plays it low this time. I don't know if she meant to do that, but it stayed low right to the near post. Again, it will be a throw in for Nationals Union. They keep it right here in the final third, though. Lots of play down here on this end. Jaguars just trying to hold on, and they finally get a foul called on them to alleviate a little bit of that pressure that they were taking from Nationals Union. Shouldn't have too much stoppage time here in the first half. Got about 3 minutes remaining. In the first half, I would say maybe 30 seconds to a minute of stoppage time, just basically, well, maybe a little bit over a minute. We had one injury and then obviously the goal. Union. Good string of possession here from them. Nice little turn. Cheeky little move from 22. Raitano tried to keep it. MSYSA under a little bit of pressure. Now it's a one-on-one. What can MSYSA do? Good job from her to keep the shielding of Stadther there. Stadther has become a little pest up top for the Jaguars. Played it off. Nice job there to hold up play. They gave the ball away. Now Raitano comes the other way. Stanley tried to bring it down and knocks it out of bounds. Was trying to find Weber, but just mishit it. Here comes the ensuing punt. First one, man, Jaguars have been winning a lot of those 50-50 first balls in the air. The second one is maybe sometimes even more important. Union. .44th minute. Union still with it. Nothing too much there as Morgan right now tried to put it back into the mixer right in the top of the 18. Foul on the Jaguars, so it'll be a free kick for Nationals Union. Free kick just inside the midway line. That one's going to bounce out. Nothing really too threatening there. And we are now into stoppage time. We'll see how much will be added on from the head official. I don't think we have a stoppage board across the side of the field. I don't see one. They are looking at the clock or their watches. Artano now at the corner of the box. Morgan cuts it back. Could she put one on frame? Good deflection from the Jags. It's still at the top of the 18. Can they put one on frame? Right in the hands of the goalkeeper. Had a chance. I think she wants that one back. Top of the 18 with a nice little chance, and that might be the end of the half, and it is. So that was the last opportunity before we head into the halftime segment. The Jaguars pull one back, or pull one in from the set piece opportunity, and they take a 1-0 lead into the break over Nationals Union. We'll be back with second half action here from Pontiac, Michigan at the Ultimate Soccer Arenas at the Under-18 Girls State Cup Championship.
You try to ignore it, deny it, shrug it off, but you can't shake it. Something's not right. You forget about it because you think you have to. And now, it's worse. Until you recognize the signs, you can't do anything about it. Unless you know what to look for, concussions can be hard to diagnose.
What happens next is critical. It will set in motion a series of decisions that will have great impact on player safety. And no matter what happens on the field, that's the most important thing. That means following the protocol anytime you suspect a concussion.
When a player experiences a blow to the head, face, or body, immediately check for signs of confusion and unsteadiness. Ask the player if they're experiencing headache, dizziness, or nausea. These might be difficult to see, so take your time. See if they know the score of the game, what happened on the last play, or even the day of the week. Not every sign is immediately visible. Over time, mental and emotional changes, like actions that seem out of character, anxiety, anger, and irritability can develop. If you notice any of these, the player needs to be evaluated by a medical professional. And regardless of how much someone wants to get back on the field, don't let them. Never rush a return to play. Players need to be symptom-free and cleared by a medical professional before they get back out there. Concussions are always going to be hard to see. That's why it's important to recognize the signs.
As a player and as a competitor, I get it. The last thing you want is to be taken out of that match, out of that big game, when you feel a little off. But that's the issue. Because if you feel a little off, if you have any symptoms of concussion, you need to immediately be checked out and see a medical professional. There were times in my career I wasn't honest with my coaches, my teammates, my parents, and it only made things worse. When you recognize the signs and symptoms of a concussion and you do something about it, you are already on the road to recovery. When you do recover from that concussion, you will be 100% confident in returning to play.
Concussions can be hard to recognize, so let's review. When a concussion is suspected, the player should be immediately removed from play. Ask the player if they are experiencing any of these symptoms. Be sure to look for the signs yourself, too. Some might be immediately visible, but others may develop over time. Symptoms may include confusion and slowed responses, or the player being unaware of the game. The player may experience headache, dizziness, nausea, and feeling dazed or foggy. The player may also feel anxious, irritable, angry, or emotional. If diagnosed with a concussion, a player should only return to play when symptom-free and cleared by a medical professional. By elevating player safety, players, coaches, parents, and referees can feel confident in a player's recovery and return to play. For more information on concussion symptoms and protocol, visit recognizetorecover.org. You try to ignore it, deny it, shrug it off, but you can't shake it. Something's not right. You forget about it because you think you have to. And now, it's worse. Until you recognize the signs, you can't do anything about it. Unless you know what to look for, concussions can be hard to diagnose.
What happens next is critical. It will set in motion a series of decisions that will have great impact on player safety. And no matter what happens on the field, that's the most important thing. That means following the protocol anytime you suspect a concussion.
When a player experiences a blow to the head, face, or body, immediately check for signs of confusion and unsteadiness. Ask the player if they're experiencing headache, dizziness, or nausea. These might be difficult to see, so take your time. See if they know the score of the game, what happened on the last play, or even the day of the week. Not every sign is immediately visible. Over time, mental and emotional changes, like actions that seem out of character, anxiety, anger, and irritability can develop. If you notice any of these, the player needs to be evaluated by a medical professional. And regardless of how much someone wants to get back on the field, don't let them. Never rush a return to play. Players need to be symptom-free and cleared by a medical professional before they get back out there. Concussions are always going to be hard to see. That's why it's important to recognize the signs.
As a player and as a competitor, I get it. The last thing you want is to be taken out of that match, out of that big game, when you feel a little off. But that's the issue. Because if you feel a little off, if you have any symptoms of concussion, you need to immediately be checked out and see a medical professional. There were times in my career I wasn't honest with my coaches, my teammates, my parents, and it only made things worse. When you recognize the signs and symptoms of a concussion and you do something about it, you are already on the road to recovery. When you do recover from that concussion, you will be 100% confident in returning to play.
Concussions can be hard to recognize, so let's review. When a concussion is suspected, the player should be immediately removed from play. Ask the player if they are experiencing any of these symptoms. Be sure to look for the signs yourself, too. Some might be immediately visible, but others may develop over time. Symptoms may include confusion and slowed responses, or the player being unaware of the game. The player may experience headache, dizziness, nausea, and feeling dazed or foggy. The player may also feel anxious, irritable, angry, or emotional. If diagnosed with a concussion, a player should only return to play when symptom-free and cleared by a medical professional. By elevating player safety, players, coaches, parents, and referees can feel confident in a player's recovery and return to play. For more information on concussion symptoms and protocol, visit recognizetorecover.org. You try to ignore it, deny it, shrug it off, but you can't shake it. Something.
Rise and shine. 6 a.m. and your hand can't make it to the alarm clock before the voices in your head start telling you that it's too early, too dark, and too cold to get out of bed. Aching muscles lie still in rebellion, pretending not to hear your brain commanding them to move. A legion of voices are shouting their unanimous permission for you to hit the snooze button and go back to dreamland. But you didn't ask their opinion. The voice you've chosen to listen to is one of defiance. A voice that says there was a reason you set that alarm in the first place. So sit up, put your feet on the floor, and don't look back, because we've got work to do. Welcome to the grind. For what is each day but a series of conflicts between the right way and the easy way? 10,000 streams fan out like a river delta before you, each one promising the path of least resistance. Thing is, you're headed upstream. And when you make that choice, when you decide to turn your back on what's comfortable and safe and what some would call common sense, well, that's day one. From there, it only gets tougher. So just make sure this is something you want, because the easy way out will always be there, ready to wash you away. All you have to do is pick up your feet. But you aren't going to, are you? With each step comes the decision to take another. You're on your way now, but this is no time to dwell on how far you've come. You're in a fight against an opponent you can't see, but oh, you can feel him on your heels, can't you? Feel him breathing down your neck. You know what that is? That's you. Your fears, your doubts, and insecurities all lined up like a firing squad, ready to shoot you out of the sky. But don't lose heart. While they're not easily defeated, they are far from invincible. Remember, this is the grind, the battle royale between you and your mind, your body, and the devil on your shoulder who's telling you that this is just a game. This is just a waste of time. Your opponents are stronger than you. Drown out the voice of uncertainty with the sound of your own heartbeat. Burn away your self-doubt with a fire lit beneath you. Remember what we're fighting for, and never forget that momentum is a cruel mistress. She can turn on a dime or the smallest mistake. She is ever searching for the weak place in your armor, that one tiny thing you forgot to prepare for. So as long as the devil is hiding the details, the question remains, is that all you got? Are you sure? And when the answer is yes, when you've done all you can to prepare yourself for battle, then it's time to go forth and boldly face your enemy, the enemy within. Only now you must take that fight into the open, into hostile territory. You're a lion in a field of lions, all hunting the same elusive prey with a desperate starvation that says victory is the only thing that can keep you alive. So believe that voice that says you can run a little faster, and you can throw a little harder, and that for you, the laws of physics are merely a suggestion. Luck is the last dying wish of those who want to believe that winning can happen by accident. Sweat, on the other hand, is for those who know it's a choice. So decide now.
Back to action here in the second half as Jaguars have a 1-0 lead entering the second period here. Thanks for joining us here on the Michigan State Youth Soccer Association YouTube channel. Live coverage of 6 matches today through Field 1 and Field 3. Been a few busy days here in Pontiac, Michigan for the State Association, and I'm sure the staff and teams, players, families, everyone included in the event. Guarantee this will be an entertaining second half. If you're just tuning in, Jaguars took a 1-0 lead in the 24th minute of action on a set piece that was served in, and the initial attempt on the head was made with a great save by the National Union's goalkeeper. Unfortunately, she couldn't hold on to it, and the second attempt and third attempt were the ones that finally were able to punch in past the goal line to give them a 1-0 lead. Union had several chances themselves, though, to equalize. Couldn't finish it, though. It was a hard tackle on the Jaguars center forward. It was going to give them a free kick just on the other side of the semicircle. Free kick ensuing. Not high enough. It was a little tricky, though. Ball played in and just over the goal. Wow. First time hit from the Jags, man. That could have been a dagger in the heart of this National Union side, as the first timer from about 22 yards out was pretty big. Union's decided to go short here and play out of the back. No real initial pressure from the Jaguars, though. Gives them the ease of being able to do that. Ratano tracks it down with her pace in the corner. Game on the other side now is 5-0. So one of the two sides is in cruise control position to take home a State Cup championship trophy this afternoon, or this morning, excuse me. And it's an under 15 girls game, so they're well into the second half over on Field 1. Ball played across. Keeper, can she hold on to it? She does. Good one there from the Jaguars. Goalkeeper. Here's the kick right at the midfield line. First 1-2 challenge goes their way. Megan now with it. Just kind of punched it forward. Childers tried to track it down, but the Jaguars defender was able to get to it first, punches it forward. Megan again has it a little pacey. Rasky, though, able to come up with it for the Jag. She loses it. Back to National Union now in the final third. What can they do with it? Turn with it. Right at the top of the 18. Heavy touch. She loses it, but right back to MSYSA. Still with it. A 1-2. Keeps it. Put one's on frame. A couple of bobbles on the ground, and it's easily picked up, though, by the Jaguars goalkeeper. Union. Let's see what they can do here on the counter. They got some numbers 4 players running into the box. Four runners in the box, 5 in the box. Pulling on frame on the near post. And a great little one-handed save. I don't think she thought that was coming, but a good chance there from Weber. Weber tricked out the Jaguars goalkeeper. Put one on the near post, and that's a great reaction save from the Jaguars keeper to keep it a clean sheet so far. But it will be a corner kick for Nationals Union. They'll take it to that far side. Masajewski will take it for the Nationals Union. In-swinger ensuing. They dummy it short. She'll still go long, though, right at the penalty area. That one booted out. Long ball played out. Union will keep nice, easy possession here. Nice there work from Russell. Russell with it still, with a little bit of pressure on her back, keeps possession, goes out wide. Has a player to beat, serves it in. Cut it back and then didn't connect with it the way she wanted to, and it went out of bounds, and it'll be a goal kick for the Jaguars. Jaguars with it, far side. Far side. Still keep possession. Good stuff from there. Ooh, nice little creative touch there. Little tricky foul, and that's going to be played out. Immediate call from the ref. And it will be a foul from McCarty. Smolinski's taking a little bit of time to get up from that little trip. Casino will take it here for the Jags. She's going to try to drive one all the way into the box. She gets a decent hold onto it. The first to it, though, is a National Union's defender. Still in play. Everyone's starting to head it a little bit, and then finally punched out. National Union's keep possession. Good work there from Weber. Weber's loses her footing. Casino keeps possession. Now Wardle on that far side. Union keep possession here. So the first booking of the day on the National Union's midfielder. Jags now start to kind of feel like they're getting into it a little bit now. They've had more chances than the Union have here in the second half. Here's one floated in on the header. The first one to it was Wolf, but she just couldn't get enough on it. and redirect it with enough power to really challenge National Union's goalkeeper, Emily Brown. Right in the middle of the park, nobody there. In the corner, and it will be a throw-in. Still with it. There's fighting over it, still stayed in bounds. Jaguars decided to let that ball trickle out, and a good decision as it went off a National Union striker. So it will be a goal kick for the Jags. Nice goal kick driven. Union trying to put a little bit of pressure here on the Jaguars back line. Make it a little tough on them trying to get out of the back. Put them under a little bit of pressure. Discussing what it should be here, but it looks like it's going to be a free kick for the Jags. They'll take their time. Jaguars are really in no rush here as the second half trickles along. Certainly comfortable in any set pieces or anything. Trying to wind out some clock and some precious time off of it, eliminating any of the real chances National Union have to get back into this game. The game's kind of settled out now a little bit here as we go about halfway through the second half. Here's one from distance. That one's a little bit far wide. I like the effort though from Stadther. As Union player falls to the ground. Jaguars do keep possession with the spin of it though. Stays with Union. Ball put into the mixer. Nothing there though. Good pacey work though from Childers. They go back out wide to her again. Has a player to beat. Brings it down. Ooh, tough decision there for Morgan, right? Raitano, she just fell. Had a little turf war. Beat her player. That should be a yellow. We'll see what they do. She might just get a warning here, but that could have gone either way. as Felton I think if that was Felton or if that was Russell that had the foul. But regardless, it will be a Jaguars free kick here. Ball played into the box. Great ball. First one to it, though, was the Union defender, and now they're off and running. Weber with some pace. Both players just going after each other. This ball played in, and it just deflected out. But, man, both players were really getting after it on that far side. Good on both sides of the ball there, but it will result in another corner kick for the Union. There's been a score of, literally, it might be a score, maybe a dozen corner kicks for National Unions this afternoon, or this morning, excuse me. And the amount of runs MSYSA has made over to that corner flag for the corner kicks in this match has been a handful. Here's the in-swinger, right in the middle of the 6-yard box. First to it again is the Jaguars. Here's a first-time ball. It's bounced in. Nope. Able to get corralled right on the fly. Ball thrown in for the Jags here on the near side. Sorry, I went silent for a second. The scoreboard in the arena says 2-0, but I think it's a error on their part, as we've only had one goal here. Jags on top, 1-0, as we enter the 64th minute of action. Lots of time for both sides. And we know anything can go in the game. Find yourself sleeping is when the team will just take over. Here's a great ball into the box. First to it, though, National Union's defender. There's some good work from Raitano again. This time, she's taken to the ground by Riley Balcony. Balcony was just trying to trip her up. A good tactical foul, if you want to call it that. Here's a good ball in from MSYSA. Coming into the last minute was the Jaguars defender. Things are getting a little physical now as the second half dwindles along. The referee's going to have a quick word. Well, it looks like just an injury. As Nesson is slow to get up from the challenge. Good battle over there on that far side. The left back for the Jaguars and the right wing for National Union. They've been just going after each other all morning. .66th minute of action now here at the Ultimate Soccer Arenas. Thanks for joining us on the Michigan Soccer YouTube channel. Union with a chance. Good opportunity, but headed away from the Jaguars. Matano. Morgan with two defenders on her now. Taken down, and this AR on that far side raised his flag, and so it's going to be called back. This is a very, very dangerous chance for the Nationals now, with an opportunity to equalize here halfway through the second half. Everybody forward. Have one player back right at the center circle. Jaguars coach just screaming for their side to draw an offsides line as high as possible here. MSYSA will serve it in with her left foot. She can put it on frame. She does, off the crossbar. An absolute rocket off the bar. Still with it is the Union. They're going to serve it in. First attempts off the mark as it punched out from the Jags. Here's some momentum. What can the Union do? And that's probably a missed opportunity there from the National Unions. Trying to figure out exactly what in the world Brooke Russell was doing there. Could have kept possession in their final third and built an attack from the wide areas. And instead she just floats one from 45 yards out. Here's Morgan again. Artano leaves it off in the on-running Weber. Weber with it. Beats her defender. Can play it back if she can find a player at the 6-yard box. First time deflected. A little momentum changing in the favor of National Union right now. Can they punch one home to equalize? Slow to get up on that far side. The game's starting to pick up considerably. So we'll restart play here for the Jaguars from the goal kick position. This one right at the midfield line. Jags. Nothing there. MSYSA finds it. She's going to play right in the middle of the park. A slip from her teammate, though. They do keep possession, though, as Weber had come back for it. Well done from her to recognize that. Still with it. Weber dices two players. Still with it. Corner to the 6 and just gets away from her. And it should be, let's see what they give. They're going to give a goal kick, maybe. They pointed at the goal, but all the National Union's players are staying forward. So it's a throw-in, excuse me. Another throw-in here and substitution being made. Nothing able to come out of that one, and Union will beautiful sunny day here in Pontiac, Michigan. Wind blowing a little bit. We can see the flags right outside this main facility. Windows all the way across in the warehouse looking space here where they have a full-size field. Adjacent to here is another full-size regulation field as well. Great for these type of situations. You never know exactly what you're going to get in Michigan in mid-October. So the State Association has certainly planned this to be the case and plan for the best this time of the year and this type of season. So conditions are ideal inside, obviously. Nice surface to play on, true to form. This ball's played in. Nobody in the same zip code as that ball, and it goes right into the hands of right into the hands of the goalie. This is the point at which, if you're the Jaguars coaching staff, you're telling your players to start to take their time a little bit. Not necessarily settle in, but the momentum was certainly in the favor of National Unions for a good 10 minutes. They were able to withstand that pressure, the Jags were. And now it's kind of tapered off a little bit. Here's the Union, though. Top of the circle. Jags, though, get rid of it. Now they can counter a little bit. Do they have the numbers? They do. It's a 4v4 right now. Can they take their space? Nobody there. Well, somebody was there, just wasn't played in the right position as Bandic was trying to find Stather, and it was just misplayed a little bit as Stather ran over it too far. Again, Bandic. This one's rolled up forward. Forward, Masajewski likes getting forward. That left foot pummeled into the box. Nobody there, but its second chance comes out to the Union. Good challenge there from Union. That was a clean tackle. This one stays in bounds, and this one will trickle all the way down into the deep corner of the field here. It will be a throw-in. Masajewski will probably throw it into the goalkeeper. She can do it fast enough. There's going to be a substitution for the Jags. Well, the last time we covered a Jaguars game was back in the summer in Saginaw, Michigan on the boys' side, and we had an absolute golazo of a goal that was SportsCenter bound, retweeted over 1,000 times. A kid from the under-17 division of the boys' side. You can Google it or look it up online or on the YouTube channel of the Michigan State Youth Soccer, but game-winning goal from about 30 yards out, upper 90s. It was a really, really nice goal. Here are the Jaguars. Can they double their lead? Good defense there from the Union as Danielle Wolf couldn't take a chance on it. Here's another one. Wolf, though, comes back and elbows Felton in the back. Quick restart from Felton. They're going to keep possession. Union know that they're running out of time here. Under 20 minutes to play now. Lots of space for the Union player. Right in the middle of the sixth, mistouches it is Morgan, and she knows it. She put her hands over her face knowing that she just she trapped it with her shin, and it just deflected right off. Here's a 2v1. Can they finish it? Wide open opportunity. Jags to make it 2-1, and 2-0, and they do. On the counter, Stather with the goal. And Jags double their lead to make it 2-0. And it's been interesting. Both goals from the Jaguars have been against the run of play. Morgan tried to thread it through. As Nev Badalow had an opportunity. She was calling for it. She was begging Morgan for it. Raitano just couldn't find her. Suing. Free kick, still in the box. There it is. Makes it 2-1, and right back are the National Union, and that's the way you want to respond. So much time left here, makes it 2-1. And that's exactly the way you want to respond after giving up a goal. The game has just completely opened up right now. Here the Union on the attack. And finally, after about 20 minutes, they changed the scoreboard here. Trust me, our producer and commentator and camera guy kept looking at each other like, did we miss something here? But we were accurate the whole time. I think some fans were starting to get a little bit restless, thinking that the scoreboard was right or wrong and questioning it themselves. So still 2-1. So if you're viewing it from home or on the road, we've been correct the whole time. So all the live action is right. Raitano will take it. 2-1 as Nationals Union are down. Lots of time left. 14 or so minutes left remain. Header in from MSYSA. Ball was played right into the 6. Nobody in town. First timer. Back into the mixer. Union keep it. Looked like a handball, but they continue to play on. Weber played it out wide. Here's Morgan again. Raitano serves it in. Oh, tipped off the crossbar. Another huge save from the Jaguars goalkeeper to keep it 2-1 in favor of them. This game has lived up to its hype so far. 2-1 in favor of the Jaguars. Ball floated in. Still with it. Can they keep possession? They do. Russell puts it on frame. Again, a little generous of her ability from that distance. We'll have one substitution being made for the Jaguars, and we'll see if it's a tactical change in the favor of them, as Allie Rasky will come out. We'll get you a number of the girl coming in right now. Liz Wardell will enter the game again. Throw in ensuing for the Jags. Everything's being rushed right now by the National Unions. MSYSA plays it into Raitano. Morgan with it. At the edge of the 18 on this near side. And he'll go out for another corner kick. The 14th corner kick for National Unions today. Again, sorry we can't get into that corner here at the Ultimate Soccer Arena. As the ensuing corner kick comes in. First one's from them. MSYSA, acrobatic move. Can't get the bicycle fully completed. The game is completely wide open right now, as Russell didn't have anything else to do other than just crack it up into the ceiling to go out of bounds. The defending State Cup champions are on the brim of not repeating as the Jaguars are leading them 2-1. Entering the 81st minute of action. Little miscommunication between the back line and the National Unions, and they just have to punch it forward or boot it out of bounds. Everyone on their feet here. Crowd here on the field level. Good crowd on hand for this under 18 girls state cup final. Nice driven ball in. And we might just get a ball ourselves up here. Raitano, ooh, tried to keep it in bounds, flicked it forward. Under 10 minutes left. Oh, cheeky little foul. That's a minor foul on the. To be even nice about it is Childers just gave her a love tap, and the center referee makes the call in the favor of the Jags. So Jags will take their time here. The referee walks off 10 yards, but nobody was wanting to be in the wall anyway, so a little pointless of that. Now one player makes her way into that area. Service ball coming in, nice whipped ball in. First to it, but now it's over to the Jags player and pounds it forward, misses it near post. Tough angle, but had an opportunity to put this game away at 3-1. The first ball was mishit right at basically the penalty spot. And then it ended up right at the corner of the 6th for a wide open opportunity for the Jags. Now the Jags with a 3-on-3 opportunity here. Mistouched. Now Union can go the other way. Lots of white jerseys going the other way. An errant pass though there from Felton. Felton thought her number 10 was gonna check to the ball, and instead she goes the other way, and the Jaguar player picks it up with ease. Here are the Union. Union now with a little bit of space. Russell now takes it where she can. Tries to find Raitano up top. Battle low. Morgan still down on the pitch. Henry Steinwasser, the under-18 coach, can be heard from all the way across the pitch, frustrated that the call wasn't made on Morgan. He's just frustrated that she got hit from the back and nothing was called. About 6 minutes and change remaining here in the second half. Both teams know what's at stake here in the final minutes, ticking away. That ball just a little bit too heavy for the Union's player, but this is an opportunity for the Union players to really sink in here, cause a little bit of pressure in the back line, deep in their back third. Everybody's forward for the Union other than 2 players. Russell gives the ball away. Tried to Cruyff forward. Jags with a chance. Can they put one away? And she does! Goal number 3 as she falls to the ground. And that just might be the nail in the coffin, a little bit of physicality from the Jaguars on the brink of a opportunity to seal the deal, and they do. Physicality played a huge role in that goal, and Jaguars get their third and punch it away to make it 3-1 with just under 4 minutes remaining here in the second half. Unions will not go away, though. You can guarantee that. And just how we saw the last goal happen, they responded 2 minutes later with their own goal. '86th minute. Long ball play. MSYSA will track it down. Great hustle here on the near side from Wolf. Wolf now takes it, hits it out of bounds. And if you were outside, they would probably try to crush this as far away as they could. It's kind of the nice thing about playing indoors, a little bit harder to time waste. That one will go the other way. Foul is called on Battleau. A little physicality from Nev. That's just going to create a little bit more time taken off the clock here. Chippy here late in the match as Weber gets a word from the center official. Service ball into the box. Ooh, tough challenge there. Keeper had to punch it away. Wolf has been an absolute beast of a player to reckon with today up top for the Jaguars, causing all kinds of trouble for the back line. Union just trying to get possession here. It's been kind of back and forth over the last few minutes. That one goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw in now for the Jags. You can see by the body language of the Nationals Union, they feel like their State Cup hopes of repeating are coming to an end. And just like that, Weber gets her second yellow for dissent. And that will be a red card. So National Union will have to play with a player down for the remaining 2 minutes. And she was warned 2 minutes ago for her dissent. And she's going to take a seat. Frustration looming for her. So they'll play a man down. That's not going to help the situation here as they're down 2 goals with about 2 minutes remaining and some change for stoppage time. Got an early first yellow card in that first half, so she'd been playing on a first yellow for nearly 80 minutes in that match. Time will. Oh, never mind. They're going to switch the call. It's going to go the other way now. National Union's rushing to try to get this ball in play. No real possession from Nationals here the last 5 or so minutes. It's just been pinball back and forth. Nice touch there from MSYSA. Now out wide. Here's Russell. Russell just pummels it forward, and it goes out of bounds for a Jags throw. Stoppage time. Now involved, the center official checks her watch. Had a couple goals, had a couple yellow cards. Should be about a minute or so of stoppage time. Here's Wolf. Wolf just with a little bit heavy of a touch, goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Nationals Union. Center official checking her clock. I'm sure she's ready for this one to be over. It's been a pretty intense game. A little cheeky move, couple Cruyffs. Wolf with it, and she's just going to punch it into the corner, trying to get this game to finish up. Well, the Jags have given up 1 goal in 5 games here at the State Cup event. Here in the corner, Stanley. 1 player to beat. Now will go out. Good defensive work from the Jaguars. Can't see that corner. We apologize. Be a throw in for Nationals Union. The minutes continue to wear off. From distance, National Unions puts one on frame. First bounce right into the hands of the Jaguars goalkeeper, who's got to be one of the 2 co-MVPs if I had to call one for tonight or for this afternoon, and that's going to be it. They are going to take it home. The all-green Michigan Jaguars defeat the National Unions here at the Under-18 Division State Cup Championship. For all of us here at Turbo Sports and the Michigan State Youth Soccer Association, so long from Pontiac, Michigan at the Ultimate Soccer Arenas again. The champions, congratulations to the Michigan Jaguars as they defeat National Unions 3-1.